it's Victoria. If you're new here, please subscribe, like and comment down below, and share with your friends. As you can see down below, I'm super excited to talk about these things. It's 10 worst weight loss tips. These are the tips that I've heard throughout my years, or I've heard being said to somebody else. These are terrible tips. Just recently I started to lose weight and I have not listened to any of these tips. Anyways, I don't want to talk too much. Let's get right into this video. Number 1, when someone says you are eating too much. This is one of the biggest weight loss tips I hear a lot, that someone says you're eating too much and that you have to eat less to lose weight. Of course you have to be in a calorie deficit. That's understandable. That's how you do actually start to lose weight. But when someone says you're eating too much, that isn't usually the case. You are most likely eating the wrong foods. Not that you're eating too much, you are eating the wrong foods. This is one of the things that I noticed as I started my ketogenic diet, is that I was not actually eating a lot. I was just eating the wrong foods. I was eating a lot of processed food. Since I've started this diet, I have been looking at my ingredients and I have not been eating any processed food. And from my previous videos, as you guys can see, I have lost 16 pounds so far, cutting out processed foods. So that is the number one thing that I would say. People say a lot, you're eating too much, which that is not the case. Usually that is not the case, that the person is overeating. It's that they're not watching what is going into their body. Number 2, a lot of people will also say this too, you are not eating enough. You are not eating enough food, and that's why you're not losing weight. This is completely not true. As I said, I have been losing weight and I have not been eating a lot. There are people that recommend you to eat 6 times a day, and I just don't think that's correct. I think that's completely wrong. Some people do eat 6 times a day, but when you do eat 6 times a day, what you are doing is each time you eat, you are raising your insulin. And when you raise your insulin, it's hard to have that period which your food starts to digest. But when you constantly raise your insulin while having those 6 meals a day, your body is not having the time to metabolize. Don't get me wrong, there are some people that do eat 6 times a day and that works for them. Usually these are people who are fit, have a great metabolism to start with. When you are a bigger person, maybe my size or bigger, it is not a good thing to eat 6 times a day. Number 3, one is my absolute favorite tip that people will give to me that I cannot stand. It does not make any sense. To say to eat intuitively is extremely hard. And for someone who is overweight, eating intuitively will just most likely lead to more weight gain or absolute zero weight loss. I don't even practice eating intuitively because, like I said, for someone who is bigger, it doesn't work. If you are my size, even if you're a little over your size, you're a little bit overweight, eating intuitively doesn't work, because when you eat intuitively, basically you're eating when you feel hungry. Okay, if you are a bigger person, you will start to eat more and more, and that hunger will keep going. You won't eat something that satiates you. There is nothing wrong with intuitively eating. I just do not encourage it for someone who is trying to lose weight. Maybe someone who is maintaining their weight finds it easier to eat intuitively. Number 4, cut back on sugar. Yes and no. What I mean by that is, there is so many years I have been cutting back on sugar and I did not lose a pound. Yes, you should cut down on sugar, but if you cut down on sugar and you are still eating a certain way, you will not lose weight. And that's what I did for so many years before I even lost any weight. Now that I started the ketogenic diet, I have cut sugar completely. I only drink sweeteners, and I also try and limit my sweeteners. But if I do have something where I want to put sweetener in that drink or in my food, I will use sweetener instead of sugar. So when someone tells you to cut back on sugar, that is not the best advice, because like I said, you can cut back as much sugar as you want, but you will not necessarily lose weight if you are still eating pretty bad. That ties right into number 5. Do not eat junk food. There are so many people that say, you're eating too much junk food, this is why you're not losing weight, this is why you're gaining weight. Yes and no. There are people who have started to do the ketogenic diet and they've lost a lot of weight using a strategy called lazy keto. And with lazy keto, you are consuming mostly junk food. You are consuming foods that you can find in a drive-thru, find when you're going out. Some examples of that are pizza, ketogenic pizza, or burgers without the buns. This is a type of junk food, and a lot of people have the misconception that if you have junk food, you will not lose weight. Like I said, this is absolutely untrue. It depends on what you consider junk food. If you consider junk food McDonald's, Harvey's, all those things, then you are completely wrong. If you consider junk food processed food, then you're absolutely right. If you continue to eat processed food, you will gain weight or you will not lose weight. This is something that I've learned recently. It's not about not eating junk food, it's about not eating processed food. If you can find junk food that has nothing processed in there, then you will continue to lose weight. Number 6, drinking will cause weight gain or lead to weight gain. This is absolutely not true. I want to make a separate video about this for you guys. People often have this misconception because a lot of alcoholic beverages contain a lot of carbs, a lot of calories. It could lead to weight gain depending on what kind of alcoholic beverages you consume. I am the type to just consume vodka, and you can mix vodka with something that has no calories, so you can do it with Diet Pepsi, anything you'd like that will keep it low calories and also no carbs. So if you're not consuming so many carbs, so many calories, you will start to lose weight. The reason why you might gain weight on drinking alcohol is the type of alcohol you are drinking. You will not gain weight if you consume alcohol. Number 7, this one is questionable. You have to exercise to lose weight. I don't agree with this at all because, as you guys can see by my previous video, I talk about this a lot. When I lost 40 pounds, I was exercising like crazy and I ended up gaining the weight right back. Yes, it is great to exercise. I don't discourage anyone to exercise, but exercise is maybe only 10 to 15% of your overall lifestyle. And what I mean by that is when you figure out how to eat and how to eat properly, working out will go hand in hand. But until you don't know how to eat properly, until you don't change your diet, working out is not as important. As you guys can see by my previous videos, like I said, I've lost 16 pounds so far and I have not worked out once. I have been losing weight consistently, 2 pounds a week. So when someone says you have to exercise, you're not losing weight because you're not exercising. Like I said, in a way they're right, but in a way they're wrong. Because when you continue to eat bad no matter how much exercise you do, you will not lose weight. This is one of the things that I had to figure out for myself. Nobody was telling me this, and it's absolutely true. You have to change your diet and then add exercise. That will be the best thing for you. Or you can start with exercise, but always try and change what you eat, because like I said, no matter how much you exercise, that if you eat poorly, it will show on your body. Number 8, you have to be hungry to lose weight. I hate the feeling of being hungry. I know some people thrive on being hungry. For me, that doesn't work. If I don't eat for a while and I stay hungry, I will end up binging, and that is a absolute no-no. That's terrible. As I started the ketogenic diet, I have been filling my calories for the day with, like I said, 70% fat, 20% protein, and 5% carbs. And this works very well, guys. This works amazing. Because of the fat that I'm consuming, I have not felt hungry at all, and I am still losing weight. So when someone tells you you have to be hungry to lose weight, absolutely wrong. And if you don't believe me, try the keto diet. It works very well to keep you satiated and full and not to feel hungry all the time. Like I said, for me, I do not feel hungry as much as I did before I started this diet. Number 9, you have to eat vegetables or you have to eat fruits to lose weight. Yes and no. Since I started the ketogenic diet, I have just consumed vegetables. As you guys can see in my previous video, I said before, I absolutely hate fruits. I will not even touch any fruits. I just stick with vegetables, and that has been working for me. I don't like when someone says you have to eat vegetables or fruits to lose weight, because that is not true. It should be an add-on to your meals, but it will not help you lose weight. For years, all I had was a salad with some chicken in it, and I was like, why aren't I losing weight? That is because I was not changing anything else. I was not exercising. I was not cutting back on processed food. I was not changing anything else in my life. I just ate salad and maybe a fruit once in a while, and I thought I'm gonna lose so much weight until I hit the scale and I didn't lose any weight. So when someone says you have to eat fruits or vegetables to lose weight, that is not true. You can lose weight by consuming healthier foods that aren't processed. Like I said, it's great to add fruits or vegetables to your meals, but they are not a requirement for your weight loss. They are just an add-on to your healthy life. Number 10, this is the last weight loss tip that I've heard, is don't weigh yourself every day. I don't encourage someone to weigh themselves every day, but I don't encourage someone to weigh themselves less than once a week. Why I say this is because of my last experience, and like I said in my previous videos, I do like to weigh myself quite a bit throughout the week. I usually weigh myself Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I know this is excessive, but I do it because I want to see my weight loss progress throughout the week. Because I am a bigger person, I can end up losing 2 pounds in a few days, rather than someone that's smaller that will lose it a lot slower. But I encourage people to weigh themselves to see if they're actually losing weight. When I did weigh myself, I could see if I did gain weight or if I lost weight or if I stayed the same. And when I saw that I was staying the same weight for a week, I was like, no, I'm not liking that. So I went and I analyzed all the food that I was eating for that week, and I figured out what was keeping me from not losing weight, and then I stopped eating it the next week and I was down again 2 pounds. So I encourage everyone to weigh themselves consistently, just so you get a good feel about your weight loss and what you can continue doing to keep that weight off. Thanks guys for watching. These were my 10 worst weight loss tips, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow with a new video. Bye guys.